All right, this next example, example number 7, is also going to be very, very similar to one that you've already seen. A car leaves the bus station, a bus leaves the same station. This time it's going in the opposite direction. How long will it take before the car and the bus are 100 miles apart? So let's start with our chart. We'll put the information in that we know. We know the rates. So the car goes 55 miles an hour. The bus goes 65 miles an hour. Okay. Okay, we know that the bus leaves half an hour later. So if the car leaves T, then the bus has been traveling for half an hour less, not plus. The time of day would increase by half an hour, but the travel time, remember T is travel time, not time of day. The travel time of the bus is half an hour less than the travel time of the car. Now, what do we know about the distances? Let's look at what's the same. Well, all that stuff right there is exactly the same. Okay, what makes it different is that our distances are going to be different. Let's look at a picture. Our car is now going this direction. Our bus is now going that direction. Now it says, how long will it take before the car and the bus are 100 miles apart? So that right there would be 100 miles. Do you see how this blue, red, and green thing from the very first lecture is coming into play here? So if my car's distance is D, what is the bus's distance? Good, it's 100 miles less than whatever the car drove. 100 minus D. So our equations would be rate times time equals distance. Rate times time equals distance. And all of these are just set up perfectly to do substitution with because we have D solved for. So we'll put 55T in place of D in the second equation. We'll distribute. And let's see, what are we going to do next? We want numbers on one side, variables on the other. So if we add 55T to both sides, now we'll add 32.5 to both sides. Our very last step, it's always the very last step, is to divide. So we'll divide both sides by 120, and we get T is equal to 1.1. So how long will it take before the car and the bus are 100 miles apart? Let's see, just so you can see, any question that I could possibly ask you, you can answer by looking at the chart. So how long will it take before the car and the bus are 100 miles apart? 1.1 hours after the car leaves. How far did each of them drive? The car drove 60.5 miles and the bus drove 39 miles. How long, meaning time, did each drive? The car drove for 1.1 hours and the bus drove for 0.6 hours. So that chart up there contains the answers to every question that you would need.